Welcome back to our tutorial. So in this video, I am going to teach you how to modify or update a record from our table. Okay, so first we are going to run the application to check the records inside our table. So we will still use users. Okay, so we have 5 records here. And then as I select third record and click the edit button, okay, the records from here, so user 2 with these values here should be transferred in these text boxes, and upon clicking the save button it should update the value of our rows, or the current row rather. Okay, so as you observe, the title of the form became edit. Okay, so as you click the add button, we will use the same form. However, the text is add. So we will make a condition later. And when you click the edit, the title will become edit. Okay, so if the title of the form is add, then it will use, or it will execute the insert command. And if the title of the form is edit, then it will execute the update command. Okay, so there will be condition in our save button. Okay, so let's start to um, put the code. So the first thing to do is we are going to assign the value of this data grid view, or a specific column, to the text box in our FRMAE users. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so remember, our text boxes are in our FRMAE users. Okay, okay, these text boxes here. So always remember to use the name of the form and then the name of the text box. Okay, we want to uh, use. So in this RL users, okay, let's go to our RL users, this one, and we are going to um, enter the function, okay, of the click event of the btn edit. Okay, so this is our btn edit, as you can see here. Okay, so I will double click this one. Okay, and it will lead us to the click event here. So we have uh, um, 2 lines of codes here. So in here, before we show our form, we are going to pass the values of the data grid view to our text boxes. Okay, so the first is our AE, or the last name. Okay, so we're going to use FRM AE users that txt. So the first is the, wait, let me check our database in here. Okay, so the first is username. Okay, so txt u name, the text equals dg users that current row that cells. Since our username is in column 2, or the second column, so we are going to get the index of the column. So this is index 0, and this is index 1. Okay, so the username is found in index, or the username has an index of 1, okay, that value. Okay, so remember, whatever the current selected record, okay, will be passed, the value of the selected record will be passed to the text box, okay, text you name and then cells 1. Okay, so next we have frm AE users that txt last name that text equals dg users that current row that cells to that value. Since our cells 2 is here is 1 0 1 2, okay, and then first name is 3 and then password is 4. Okay, so again frm a users that txt first name that text equals the user that current row that cells to that value. Then frm a users that txt keyword that text equals dg users that current row that cells sorry, this should be 3 and this should be 4 that value. And then of course the txt keyword and txt data type should have the same value. Okay, so frm a users, sorry, that txt, sorry, it should be ae that txt retype the text, okay, equals the users that current row is still, we will also pass the value of keyword to your text data type. Okay, so text pass and text data type should have the same value that cells for that value. Okay, so I'm done with the code, so I will just try it if the uh, application is um, already passing the value of our data grid view to the AE form. So I will click this one, a user 2, and then edit. Okay, as you can see, okay, user 2. So it's like as I click also this one, it will get the current the row value of the current row. Okay, there. Okay, now let's try to put code in our save button. So we are already uh, we can already transfer the value of our data grid view to the text box. So it's now time to put codes in our save button. Okay, so I'll go back to our code window, and this time we're going to put code here in our save button. Okay, so as what I've said, if the text of the if the text of the form is add, it will execute the insert command. Okay, so I'll repeat, if the text of the form is add, then it will execute the insert command, this one. If the text otherwise, okay, if the text is edit, it will execute the update command. Okay, so if me the text, okay, so if me the text, it means the text of the AE users. It is edit. If me the text equals add, then this one, it will execute this one. Okay, to execute that one. So first I will try if this is working. Remember, if the text is enclosed, if it's enclosed with a pair of single quotation or double quote, this one, okay, and we are referring to the text of a particular form, it's case sensitive already. Okay, it's case sensitive. Therefore, please be careful with your code in here. Okay, check this one. If this is capital letter, the A here, it should be the same with your condition. So capital A, small letters D, and then D. So same with this one, in our condition, there, capital A and then small letters. Okay, so I will try it first to execute the condition. It's working already. I will try to add. So remember this one, okay? Add here as a text. So example, sample 2, sample 2, sample. Okay, so it's working already. Now, if it's edit, okay, there's no um, action happened, or there were no commands executed. Okay, it will just execute this one. Okay, because the text is not add, it's edit. Okay, so since we are going to use two conditions only, yeah, either add or edit. So in here you can just use else. Okay, else if the text is add, it will insert the record. Otherwise, it will update the record. Okay, so in here we will use, or we will put the update command. Fill with a grid and then update. So remember, SQL statements are case insensitive. Okay, update tbl user set. So the first thing to set is, the first column is the username. Okay, set username. Make sure to have correct spelling. Okay, you should always check your database here, the column name or field names. Okay, to make sure that you are using the same the correct um, column name. Username equals, okay, like this, single quote, double quote, ampersand, and then double space, and then we're going to type the name of the text, or yeah, trim. We will still use trim to remove extra spaces before and after the text. So trim, and then txt username, the text. Okay, next, we should separate each column, okay, with a comma. So last name, if you want to put first name first and then keyword and then last name, this is okay, as long as you are going to use also the appropriate text box for each column. Okay, last name equals single quote, double quote, ampersand, spaces, and then trim txt last name dot text, then comma again, single quote, sorry, double quote, ampersand, and then trim txt first name dot text, and then the last one is trim um keyword equals single quote, double quote, and then ampersand, spaces, trim txt keyword dot text. Okay, now we should put condition. Okay, if you delete or update a record, okay, there should always be a criteria or criterion in selecting the specific record to be deleted or to be updated. So in here we will also use um, the user ID of the current row. So if you remember your code in your RL users, in your delete button here, okay, we use this one. Okay, where user ID equals the users that current row that cells 0 that value, this one. So we will use the same column, okay, as our criterion in selecting the specific record to be updated. So we will still use user ID because that's the unique identifier of our table. Okay, so here I will go back here in our save button here. Let's continue here. Okay, so where user ID equals, okay, so remember we are in FRMAE users. As you can see here, we are in FRMAE users and the data grid view is found in RL users. So we should specify, okay, the name of the form where our data grid view is being uh, where our data grid view is located. Okay, so in here I will use RL users, so FRM RL users that DG users that current row that cells, okay, cells 0, because our cell our column 0 is the user ID. Okay, column 0 here, this one, column 0. So cells 0 that value, and then of course we are going to specify, okay, the don't forget to close your um, quotation here, this one. Okay, so still remember our data review is found in RL users, so we will still use the same data grid view. But of course if you want to put another data grid view in your form, this is okay. Okay, so example, I am going to put another data grid view here in IA users. So I will just copy this one. I will copy DG users and then I will paste it here in AE users. Okay, I will resize this one. So I will rename this one to DG check. Okay, DG check, because later on we will use this data review in checking duplicate record. So you add or you copy your DG users from RL users and rename it to DG check. Okay, and then let's just resize this one. Okay, okay, and then in our code we will use DG check there. Okay, DG check. That's it. Okay, so after updating your record, this will be executed also. Okay, this will be executed also. It will select the record from table user using, of course, and displaying it in your DG users, in your RL users. Okay, so I will try it. So this is the code of the update command, this one. Okay, update table user, set username equals, and then our username, last name equals the txt last name. Okay, so we forgot to put first name here. First name equals, okay, first name equals txt first name. So you always um, see to it that you have the correct statement, okay, because this will not be executed if even if there is only one character missing in our statement. Okay, so txt first name and then p-word equals txt p-word, where user id equals RL users that DG users that current row that cells 0 that value. Okay, now let's check it if it's working. Okay, so this one, uh, user one, and then example. Let's check it. Let's choose this one. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. So remember, we do not have uh checking yet here in our password and retype password. Okay, there's no validation condition yet in our codes. Okay, so we will do it also later on. Meantime, we will just check the functionality of your edit uh, command button, and of course our update command. Okay, so I'll just save it. I'll check it one more. Okay, and then we are going to double check again our code. A A save. Okay, so there's something wrong with our code. Again, we will go back to our code. Okay, I'll check the spelling. Keyword, user ID, username, last name, first name, keyword. Okay, I'll check it. Update, update, table user, set username, and then last name, first name, keyword, keyword, first name, last name, keyword, where user ID, where user ID equals. Okay, so I found the error here. So since we are using user ID as our um, criteria, okay, or criterion rather, and its value is numeric, so we have to remove the single quote here. Okay, there should be no single quote because, as what I mentioned before, single quote is used for string only. So I will try again. Okay, so edit user2 example again. Sorry. AA. Okay, so this one. So you can try it also. Just remove the single quote in your code. Okay, in here in our um, where clause. Okay, and then try to execute your um, code also. Okay, so that's how you edit your record. We have to first, okay, we have to go, we have to transfer the record from our data grid view to our text box. Okay, so this is our edit um, button. Okay, so in here you may not keep repeating this one. Okay, however, we have to use the with, okay, keyword, okay, to remove this one example. Okay, let's do this one. So anyway, the functionality, okay, is the same. However, if you want to reduce typing your or repeating your codes, okay, so you may use this one example with uh, FIMAE users, and then we have to remove this one. uh, we have to end first the width, end width, and then this time you can remove this, okay, so that you don't need to repeat anymore, like this, okay, so like that, okay, because width, okay, and then FRMA users, it means it will uh it's referring to these values or to these properties or controls, okay, of this form, okay, so you may use this one or the other um, style a while ago, okay, anyway, it will do the same functionality in your program, okay, it's just a different coding style, okay, so you may use whichever style, okay, is clearer or easier for you, okay, but at least I gave you additional style or technique on how to make your code shorter, okay, but the functionality is the same. Alright, okay, so that's how you edit. You have to transfer the value of our data grid view to our text box, okay, in here in our AE users, here, and then we are going to put the statement, okay, so we are using this one, this condition, because we are using the same form in adding and editing of users, okay, but if you want to create a separate form for adding and then another form for editing, then you don't have to uh, use condition, okay, but for efficiency purposes, so it will be easier to edit codes from a single form, then you can use this one, okay, so after passing, we have to test the text of your um, form, and then if it's add, it will do this, and if it's edit, it will execute this command, okay, and after that it will select the record so that the newly updated or newly inserted record will appear in our DG users, okay, so that's it, and in our next video we will try also to put trapping of our uh, data. Before we insert in our table, we should check if the text box is empty, or we will also check if the password and retype password are the same, okay, or if they have the same value. So that will be in our next video. Okay, so that's it, and see you in our next video.